What is an ion? An ion is an atom with a charge. So the charge could be positive, it could be negative. So whenever you have an atom possessing a positive charge, that ion is said to be known as cation. Let's take for example, if I have Na+, this is what we call sodium ion. It is positively charged and we call this cation. So when you have an atom with a positive charge, it is called cation. When you have an atom with a negative charge, it is called anion. An atom with a positive charge, we call it cation. An ion with a negative charge, we call it anion. So what is the difference between these two aside the charges? When an atom is positively charged, that shows that the atom has already lost an electron or electrons. Again, when you have an atom possessing a positive charge, that shows that an atom has already lost an electron or electrons. So whenever you have an atom losing electron, so once electron has been lost, it now becomes positively charged. The difference between sodium atom and sodium ion is just in the number of electrons. Remember, these two are said to be atom. Yes, this is an atom with no charge. Here is an atom with a charge. In our last class, I said an atom has proton, neutron, and electron. And I did explain to us how we can get proton, neutron, and electron of an atom. In case you want to know more about this, please kindly check the video. You can see it on the screen and look out for it. An atom has three fundamental particles. It was said in that video. It has proton, neutron, and electron. This is an atom with a charge. And this is known to be cation. So that means this also has proton, neutron, and electron. But the difference between these two is only found in the number of their electrons. When sodium atom, when it loses electron, why is it losing electron? Sodium is a metal. Whenever you have an atom possessing a positive charge, that shows that that atom is said to be a metal. So we have what we call electropositive elements, we have what we call electronegative elements. So whenever you have an atom being positively charged, that shows that that atom is said to be a metal. But if it is negatively charged, it is said to be a non-metal. So metals basically, they lose electron. So whenever they lose electron, they become positively charged. Metals, they lose electron. So when electrons have been lost, or when electron has been lost, because metals can lose one electron or two or more. So once an electron or electrons have been lost, it becomes positively charged. But when electrons have been gained, it becomes negatively charged. So do not think because this one is plus now, that means it's adding up. No. Don't think because this one is minus, that means it is losing. No. When the atom becomes positively charged, that means electron has been lost. when the atom becomes negatively charged, that shows that electron or electrons have been gained. So the difference between an atom with no charge and an atom with a charge is only found in the number of their electrons. So let's take some examples. So we want to get the number of proton, neutron, and electron of this atom as well as this ion. Remember that for any uncharged atom, that has no charge, the number of proton is always equal to the number of electron. So that means when the atom has a charge, the number of proton is not expected to be equal to the number of electron. So like I said earlier, if you check the video, you will understand so much well about atom. So for me, proton here is 11. Proton represents the position of that atom in the periodic table. So if you check the periodic table, sodium actually falls under position 11. So proton here is 11. Then electron too will be 11. Why? This is uncharged. For any uncharged atom, number of proton is expected to be equal to the number of electron. So how then do we get neutron? The neutron is the mass number minus the atomic number. Here is the mass number, here is the atomic number. So 23 minus 11, that will give us 12. I hope we understand. So let's get to this. Remember I said the only difference between an atom with a charge and an atom with no charge. This has no charge, this has a charge. Is only found in the number of electron. So here the number of proton is 11. It is still sodium found in the periodic table, number 11. So now the number of proton is expected to be equal to the number of electron only if the atom is uncharged, but this has a charge. So that means the electron here won't be 11. If the electron won't be 11, then what will now be the number of electron? Remember I said whenever you have an atom possessing a positive charge, that already shows that the atom has lost electron or electrons. So whenever an atom loses electron or electrons, it becomes positively charged. So that shows that this electron here, it won't be more than 11. It will be less than 11. And what will not be the electron, the exact number of electrons, is going to be 10. Why is it 10? Because this has already lost one electron. Let's say we have 2 plus. That shows that it has lost 2 electrons. Let's say it is 3 plus. That shows that it has already lost 3 electrons. But here is plus, or you can just say 1 plus, but you can't be having 1 plus. So rather write plus. So the number of electrons there is 10. And the neutrons still remains 23 minus 11, and that gives us 12. So if you check these values here, you can see that the difference between everything we have here and what we have here is only found in the number of electrons. I hope you understand. So let's take another example. So let's answer this. This is a magnesium atom. This is uncharged, whereas this is charged. So have this at the back of your mind that the difference between these two things here, this atom here and this ion here, which is cation, is only going to be found in the difference in the number of electrons. The difference here will only be found in the number of electrons. So now, proton here, which is the atomic number, the position of that atom in the periodic table, it is 12. This is what we call the atomic number or the proton number. Then electron 2 will be 12. while for any uncharged atom, the number of proton is always equal to the number of electron. So how do we get the neutron? The neutron will be mass number minus the atomic number, and that is also 12. Do we all understand? All right. Here too, the proton is 12. Electron is meant to be 12, but because this is charged, positively charged, and this shows that electrons have been lost. How many electrons here? 2 electrons have been lost. Whenever you have positive, that shows that electron or electrons have been lost. So here now, it is expected to be 12, but 2 electrons have been lost. Then we are going to have 10. Then the neutron will be 24 minus 12, and that will give us 12. So look into this. The only difference is found in the number of electrons. So let's take one more example. So this is what we call chlorine. This is what we call the chloride ion. And we said any atom with a negative charge is called an anion. So the number of photons here, which represent the atomic number, it is said to be 17. Electron 2 here will be 17, while this is uncharged. So we're having this to be 17. And then what are we going to have as the number of neutrons? That is the mass number minus the atomic number. So 35 minus 17, that gives us 18. As simple as that. So back to this. The proton here will be 17. Electron is meant to be 17, but it will be 17 again. Why? Electron has been gained. Whenever you have negative, that shows that electron have been gained. So in this case now, 1 electron has been gained. Let's say it is 2 minus. Then we are going to say that 2 electrons have been gained. So here now 1 electron has been gained. So add 1 to 17, you are going to have 18. And the neutron will be 35 minus 17. That gives us 18. So this is how we get proton, neutron, and electron of an atom as well as ion. So I have just one question for us. So for this atom and this ion, give me the number of proton, neutron, and electron. So I look forward to seeing your answers in the comment section. Thank you for watching through to the end. In case you really enjoyed the class, which I believe you do, please do well to like, to share, and if you haven't subscribed, please kindly subscribe. Thank you.